You are a blade in the dark, a warrior for the dark Vanguard. Your oath is a shield for all humanity. You swore your life to this cause, to protect the scattered worlds from chaos. Your loyalty has never wavered, not once, until today. The cockpit hums around you, a familiar and comforting song. Your fighter, the stiletto, feels like an extension of your own body. Below you hangs the planet Zulos. It is a marble of deep green and brilliant blue, a silent jewel in the endless night. Your mission is simple: pacify a dissenting world. That was the word from High Command. Pacify. It sounded clean. It sounded necessary. Xylos had stopped its tithes to the Vanguard. They had declared their independence. A dangerous and foolish idea. Your fleet darkens the skies of this world. 100 ships of war, 100 fists ready to strike. But the comms are silent. Too silent. There are no frantic pleas for mercy, no defiant threats from a planetary government. There is only the static hiss of an open channel. Your squadron leader's voice crackles in your helm. All wings, report readiness. You and 11 other pilots respond. Affirmative. Ready to engage. You are the tip of the spear, the first to strike if Xylos resists. But there is nothing to strike against. The cities below glow with soft light. They are peaceful and unarmed. Your long-range scanners show no weapon emplacements, no shield generators warming up, no fighters scrambling from hidden hangars. There are only homes, farms, schools. This is not a fortress world. It is a colony of pioneers. A knot forms in your stomach. This feels wrong. Vanguard doctrine is clear. Respond to threats with overwhelming force. But what is the threat here? A missed payment? A few bold words spoken across the stars? You were told they were radicals, terrorists building an army. You look at the data again. Life signs are dense in the cities, millions of them. Families are eating dinner down there. Children are sleeping in their beds. They have no idea what hangs above them. A sky full of silent death. The quiet is more unnerving than any battle cry. Your commander's voice returns, calm and cold as the void itself. Phase 1 is complete. The target is unprepared. A chill runs down your spine. Phase 1? This was not a pacification. This was something else entirely. Something you had not trained for. Then the order comes. The words echo in your helmet. The words that will change your life forever. All capital ships. Commence the orbital cleansing. Burn it all. You watch in horror. You cannot believe the words. Cleansing? That is not a term in your tactical lexicon. It is a word for exterminators. Not for soldiers. Not for the protectors of humanity. A terrible lie unfolds before your eyes. Heavy cannons power up across the fleet. The colossal underbellies of the dreadnoughts glow. They shine with a hateful orange light. A rain of fire is about to begin. Your squadron is ordered to hold formation, to watch, to ensure no one escapes the planet's surface. Your comms channel fills with the cheers of other pilots. They celebrate a victory that has not yet been won. They see glory in this. You only see madness. The Vanguard's promise was a lie. It was never about protection. It was always about control. Absolute and brutal control. The first volley is fired. Searing lances of energy spear downwards. They strike the largest city on the green continent. The city vanishes in a flash of white-hot light. The planet shudders from the impact. A wave of fire expands from ground zero. It consumes everything in its path. Your breath catches in your throat. You have seen battle. You have destroyed enemy ships. You have fought pirates and alien marauders. But this is not war. This is a massacre. A stain on your soul that will never wash away. Another volley. Another city turns to ash. You see the network of lights across the planet flicker and die. One by one, the silent screams of millions reach you across the void. You cannot hear them with your ears, but you feel them in your heart. Your hands tremble on the controls. Every instinct screams at you to do something, to stop this. But what can one fighter do against a fleet? What can one voice do against the roar of a corrupt empire? You are a tool, and your masters have just ordered you to witness an atrocity. You make a choice that will brand you a traitor, a choice that will make you a target, but it is the only choice a human being can make. You cannot be a part of this. You will not be a part of this. Your oath is to humanity, not to its butchers. Your fighter peels away from the formation. The move is sudden, unauthorized. Your squadron leader shouts your name, a question laced with fury. "Pilot, what are you doing? Return to formation now." You ignore him. You have new orders now, your own. You push the throttle forward. The engines of your stiletto scream in protest. You are fleeing into deep space, a lone defector against the might of the Vanguard. You are a traitor, hunted by giants. The weight of your decision settles upon you. It is both terrifying and liberating. The fleet behind you shrinks into a cluster of angry stars. You know they will send their best after you. They cannot allow a witness to escape. They cannot allow the galaxy to know what they did to Xylos. The truth must be buried with the dead. Your ship's computer flags multiple alerts. You are being painted by targeting locks. Proximity warnings blare. You weave and dodge, pushing your fighter to its absolute limit. A missile streaks past your cockpit, close enough to see its ugly warhead. You jink hard, feeling the G-force crush you into your seat. You are alone, utterly and completely alone. The darkness of space has never felt so vast, so menacing. Every shadow could be a hunter. Every sensor ghost could be your end. Your former brothers are now your executioners. Your nav computer flashes a route, a desperate calculation for survival. There are whispers of a resistance, a scattered rebellion hiding in the fringes of the galaxy. It is a fool's hope, but it is the only hope you have. You set your course for the outer rim, for the forgotten places where the Vanguard's light does not reach. For days you run. You drift through dead nebulae. You skirt the edges of black holes. You power down to hide in the debris of ancient shipwrecks. Sleep comes in short, panicked bursts, filled with nightmares of burning worlds and silent screams. You are a ghost running from other ghosts. Your supplies are low. Fuel is critical. Oxygen is running out. Your fighter is scarred and damaged from your escape. It whines and groans with every maneuver. You are both bleeding out into the cold void. You consider ejecting your lunch. The cleanup would be a nightmare. Then, a signal, faint and heavily encrypted. It is not a Vanguard frequency. It is something else. Something old and desperate. A breadcrumb left for the lost. Following it is a gamble. It could be a trap. A final, cruel trick. But starvation and suffocation are certainties. You follow the signal to a shattered moon. It is a barren rock, pockmarked with craters and radiation burns. It looks like every other dead rock in the galaxy. But the signal leads you down, into a deep canyon etched into the moon's surface, a scar hidden from orbital scans. Your landing gear protests as you touch down. The impact is rough. Something in the aft section breaks with a final, metallic sigh. Silence descends. You have arrived. But where? The canyon walls hide a collection of structures. They are made of rust and scrap and desperation. A sanctuary of rust. A boarding ramp lowers from a large, ugly freighter. Figures emerge, clad in patched-up armor. They carry worn, mismatched weapons. They move with a tense, cautious energy. These are the rebels, the forgotten children of the Vanguard's tyranny. They surround your sleek, advanced fighter. Looks like a predator that has fallen into a den of jackals. You open your cockpit. The hiss of depressurization is loud in the sudden silence. You climb out, your Vanguard pilot suit marking you instantly. You are the enemy. A killer, not an ally. Their weapons raise in unison. A dozen barrels pointed at your chest. A woman steps forward. She has a hard face and cold, calculating eyes. Her armor is painted with the faded symbol of a faction you destroyed years ago. Vanguard dog, she spits. You are a long way from home. You raise your hand slowly, showing them you are unarmed. I am not your enemy, you say. Your voice is hoarse. Unused for days. I defected. I saw what they did at Xylos. Her expression does not change. She does not believe you. Why should she? Xylos is a name we have not heard, she says. Comms from that sector went dark 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks. It took you that long to get here. The news of the massacre has not yet reached the rebellion. You are the first to bring the tale. They burned it, you say, the words catching in your throat. They burned the whole world. I was there. I saw it. The rebels exchange uneasy glances. The woman, their leader, studies your face, searching for the lie, searching for the trap. It's a look that says you smell funny, and you probably do. Talk is cheap, she says, her rifle still steady. A Vanguard pilot knows things, secrets, codes. If you want to live, you will prove your worth. Tell us something we don't know. This is your test. Your only chance to turn a gun into a handshake. You have a traitor's knowledge. Your mind is a library of Vanguard tactics, fleet compositions, patrol routes, communication protocols. You were an elite pilot. You were trusted. You were privy to information that could cripple your former masters. Their secrets are now the rebellion's only hope for survival. You start with the codes, the daily authentication ciphers for Vanguard military channels. They change every 24 hours. The one you have will expire soon. But it is current. It is real. You recite the alphanumeric string from memory. The rebel leader gestures to a tech nearby. Check it. The tech runs back to a makeshift console. His fingers fly across the keypad. The rebels wait, their guns never wavering. You can feel the weight of their suspicion. It is heavier than any G-force. The tech looks up, his eyes wide. It's real, he says, his voice a stunned whisper. The code is live. I have access to their regional command net. A murmur runs through the assembled fighters. A seed of doubt has been planted. Maybe you are not a liar. There's more, you say, pressing the advantage. A supply convoy. It's refueling at the gas giant, Cygnus X1. It has minimal escort, mostly automated freighters carrying refined fuel and munitions. You give them the route, the timetable, the escort ship classes. The leader, whose name you learn is Kalen, lowers her rifle, just an inch. But it is enough. A convoy raid is risky. If you are lying, you will be leading my people into a slaughter. Her voice is still cold steel, but there is a flicker of something else in her eyes. A desperate, dangerous hope. My life is in your hands, you reply. If I'm wrong, you don't have to worry about a trial. Kalen nods slowly, a silent agreement. You are a valuable weapon, or a very convincing bomb. She is willing to find out which. They lead you into their base, a maze of corridors carved from rock and salvaged ship hulls. It is cramped, damp and smells of ozone and recycled air. It is a far cry from the pristine halls of a Vanguard carrier. But it is alive, pulsing with a defiant energy. You hope their plan is better than their decor. For the next few days, you work with their tacticians. You draw star charts on old data pads. You explain Vanguard fleet doctrine. You teach them how to anticipate your old commander's moves. They listen. They learn. They begin to see you as more than just a uniform. The raid on the convoy is planned meticulously. Kaylin will lead it herself, with a small strike force of modified freighters and snub fighters. It is a tiny David against a Goliath supply line. But your intel gives them a stone for their sling. You are not allowed to fly. They still do not trust you that much. You remain in the command center, watching the raid unfold on their tactical display. The dots representing their ships are so few, so fragile. The weight of their lives is on your conscience. The ambush is perfect. The rebels strike just as the convoy is in its vulnerable refueling stage. The Vanguard escorts are caught completely by surprise. The battle is short, brutal, and shockingly successful. The rebels capture 3 freighters full of fuel and weapons. They lose only 1 fighter. When Kaylin's ships return, the mood in the base is electric. It is more than just a victory. It is a validation. Whispers turn to thunder. Your intel was good. Your defection was real. The rebellion has tasted true hope for the first time. They have drawn blood from a god. Children come out of the warren of tunnels. They look at the captured Vanguard supplies with wide eyes. They have known only scarcity, only hiding. Today, they see a future. You see it too. A small, flickering flame in a vast and overwhelming darkness. Kaylin finds you by your ship. She stands beside you, watching her people unload the spoils of their victory. You were right, she says. It is not an apology. It is a statement of fact. Your knowledge is a weapon we desperately need. There is so much more I can tell you, you say. But the Vanguard will be hunting me. They will adapt. They will change the codes. Your escape has consequences. The giant you poked is now fully awake. And it is angry. Kaylin nods. We know. Your defection has sent a shockwave through their command structure. Her eyes meet yours. The coldness is gone, replaced by the weary resolve of a leader. High Command has assigned a special task force to hunt you down. It is being led by Commander Thorne. The name hits you like a physical blow. Commander Thorne, your mentor, the man who taught you how to fly, the one who saw potential in a young, reckless cadet. He was a father figure, a legend in the Vanguard fleet. And now he is your hunter. He knows you. He knows how you think, how you fight. He taught you every trick you know. He designed the training simulations you aced. This is not just a hunt. It is a personal vendetta. A master coming to discipline his fallen student. A new kind of fear settles in. Not the fear of faceless enemies, but the fear of a known and respected foe. Thorne will not be easily fooled. He will anticipate your strategies. He will see through your deceptions. You are playing a game of starborn chess against the Grandmaster himself. Days turn into weeks. The rebellion, bolstered by its success, grows bolder. Using your intel, they launch a series of small, surgical strikes. They disrupt supply lines. They sabotage communication relays. They are 1,000 tiny cuts against a massive beast. But Thorne is always there, a shadow stretching across the void. His task force appears as if from nowhere. Anticipating rebel movements, his attacks are precise, devastating. He retakes outposts the rebellion had just liberated. He herds you, contains you, The board is his, and you are just a piece on it. During one such skirmish, the rebels managed to disable a Vanguard command cruiser. They board it, taking prisoners. Among them is a high-ranking political officer, a man named Corvin. He is arrogant, defiant, convinced the Vanguard will rescue him within hours. Kaylin decides to interrogate him herself. You are present, not as a questioner, but as an observer. A living lie detector, you know the Vanguard's double-speak. You can spot the truth hidden between the lines of propaganda. Corvin sneers at you, calls you a disgrace. Kaylin is patient. She does not use torture. She uses logic. She presents him with evidence of Vanguard atrocities, Xylos, and other names you have given her. Worlds that went silent, colonies that disappeared. Corvin dismisses it all as necessary sacrifices. For the greater good. What is the greater good? You finally ask, stepping forward. What final goal is worth burning worlds full of innocent people? Corvin laughs, a chilling, humorless sound. You soldiers are all alike. You see the battle, but not the war. You cannot comprehend the true enemy. The Vanguard's goal is not tyranny, he says, his eyes gleaming with fanaticism. It is purification. Humanity is flawed, weak, prone to chaos and self-destruction. We nearly wiped ourselves out once before. The Vanguard will not allow that to happen again. He leans forward, his voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. We are forging a new humanity, one free of dissent, free of weakness, a single, unified consciousness guided by the Elder Ones. The Xylosians refused the gift. They chose oblivion over enlightenment. The unveiled truth is far worse than simple galactic tyranny. It is a holy war against free will itself. The Vanguard are not just conquerors. They are crusaders. They plan to assimilate all of humanity, to erase individuality, to create a hive mind, a forced, star-born utopia built on the ashes of freedom. This changes everything. The rebellion is no longer just fighting for independence. It is fighting for the soul of humanity. The stakes have been raised to an impossible height. Your small victories feel meaningless now. You are not just pushing back an occupier. You are trying to stop the apocalypse. Kaylin is shaken, but her resolve hardens. We cannot fight them with what we have, she says, her voice grim. We need better ships. We need their technology. Her eyes lock onto yours. An idea is forming. A desperate, insane idea. You know what she's going to say before she says it. You know their shipyards, she states, the secret ones, where they build their most advanced warships. It is not a question. You do. You know of a facility hidden in the heart of a volatile nebula, a place called Station Erebos. It is where they were building the next generation of destroyers. The plan is suicidal, a direct raid on a secret Vanguard shipyard. But you have no other choice. The rebellion needs to steal the future if it wants to survive. You will lead the raid. It is your knowledge, your past. You must be the one to turn it against them. You spend a week planning the assault. You and Kaylin's best minds. The plan is not to fight your way in, but to trick your way in. You will use your old access codes, your knowledge of Vanguard procedure. You will walk in through the front door disguised as one of them. You assemble a small, elite team. You will fly in a captured Vanguard shuttle. Its transponder will broadcast the identity of a slain officer. An officer you knew personally. You coached his son in zero-G athletics. It feels like desecrating a grave. But you push the feeling down. There is no room for sentiment now. The journey to the Erebos Nebula is tense. Every moment is a risk. A single stray patrol could expose your ruse. You drill your team relentlessly on Vanguard protocols, on the proper way to salute, on the casual arrogance of a true believer. You are weaving a web of lies, a deception that will either save everyone or doom them all. Your shuttle approaches the station. It is a monstrous thing. A spiderweb of metal and light spun within the glowing gases of the nebula. Unidentified shuttle, a voice crackles over the comm. State your call sign and authentication. Your heart pounds in your chest. This is the first test. You take a deep breath. You key the transmitter. You speak in the clipped, professional tone of a Vanguard officer. You give them the stolen call sign. You recite the authentication codes you stole from the captured cruiser. There is a long pause, a silence that stretches for an eternity. Authentication confirmed, Vindicator, the voice replies. Welcome to station, Erebos. Proceed to docking bay 7. A collective sigh of relief ripples through your shuttle. You are in. The lie has held. For now. You guide the shuttle into the belly of the beast. The docking bay is a hive of activity. Officers and engineers move with purpose. Towering warships are in various stages of construction. Their raw power is intimidating. You and your team disembark. Your stolen uniforms feel tight and unnatural. You walk with a confidence you do not feel. Your goal is the prototype destroyer, the Nemesis. It is the most advanced ship in the Vanguard fleet. Faster, more powerful, and equipped with a new kind of cloaking technology. If you can steal it, you can turn the tide of this war. You lead your team through the station's corridors, following the route you memorized from stolen schematics. A patrol of guards turns a corner ahead. Their helmets gleam under the harsh lights. Your team tenses. You give a curt nod. The perfect imitation of a superior officer who can't be bothered. They nod back and continue on their way. They do not give you a second glance. It is working. The arrogance of the Vanguard is their own worst enemy. You reach the hangar of the Nemesis. It is a beautiful and terrible thing. A sleek, black dagger of a ship. It is guarded by an elite squad. Getting past them will require more than just a confident walk. It will require a distraction. A big one. Kalen's fleet, waiting at the edge of the nebula, begins its attack. They fire on the station's outer defenses. A coordinated strike designed to draw attention. Alarms blare throughout the station. Red lights flash. The guards at the hangar are diverted to defend the station. The path is clear. You and your team storm the bridge of the Nemesis. You overpower the skeleton crew left on board. You are a whirlwind of precise, non-lethal force. Within minutes, the ship is yours. Now comes the hard part, getting it out. You fire up the engines. The destroyer hums to life beneath you. You disconnect the docking clamps. You are a cancer, cut loose inside the body of your enemy. You pilot the massive ship out of the hangar. Chaos has erupted throughout the station. No one notices one ship leaving, not yet. You engage the prototype cloak. The ship shimmers and vanishes from sight. You are a ghost, a phantom of vengeance. You glide out of the nebula, leaving the sounds of battle behind. You have done it. You have stolen their thunder. You have stolen their future. The capture of the Nemesis is a turning point. With its advanced technology, the rebellion can finally go on the offensive. They can strike at the heart of the Vanguard. There is only one target that matters now. The command fortress, a massive starbase known as Apex. It is the brain of the entire Vanguard military. The rebellion launches its daring, all-out assault. Every ship they have is thrown into the fight. It is a desperate gamble. A final throw of the dice. You lead the charge in the Nemesis. Your stolen ghost ship is the key to the entire operation. The battle for Apex is a storm of fire and steel. Hundreds of ships clash in the void. Lasers tear through the darkness, explosions bloom like angry flowers. You weave the nemesis through the chaos. Cloaked, unseen, slipping past their outer defense rings, your target is the command spire. The throne of the Elder ones. Your comms crackle. A single, focused transmission cuts through the noise of battle. It is a voice you know too well, cold, calm, and filled with a terrible disappointment. So this is the path you have chosen, my student. It is Commander Thorn. He is here. His flagship, the Retribution, decloaks directly in front of you, a ship as large and as deadly as your own. He knew you were coming. He knew where you would strike. The Grandmaster has laid his final trap. You are face to face with your mentor. It is not too late to turn back, Thorn says. His voice is a chilling whisper in your mind. They have twisted you, filled your head with lies about freedom. The path we offer is salvation, an end to war, an end to suffering. Join me. Help us bring peace to the galaxy. His offer hangs in the air, a final, impossible choice. Rejoin the machine that would enslave billions, or fight the man who saved you, the man who shaped you. The peace you offer is a cage you transmit back. Your voice is steady, your resolve is absolute. I choose to be free. A foolish choice, Thorn replies. His ship's weapons lock onto yours. I will not enjoy this. The final battle begins. A duel between two masters of war. A clash of ideals fought with cannons and missiles. You know his every move. He knows yours. It is a deadly dance. You push the nemesis to its limits. You use tricks he never taught you. Moves born of desperation and a righteous fury. You damage his engines. You cripple his weapon systems. You outfly the master. You prove him wrong. His ship is failing. His bridge is exposed. You have a clean shot. You can end this. You can kill your mentor. But you hesitate. You cannot bring yourself to fire the final shot. Instead, you target the command spire of Apex Station behind him. The torpedoes streak past his wounded ship. They strike the spire. A chain reaction rips through the station. It groans. It shatters. The heart of the Vanguard is broken. Thorn watches it die with you. His mission a failure. His empire crumbling. His voice comes one last time. Not with anger, but with a strange, quiet respect. Well flown, pilot. Then his ship turns and jumps to hyperspace. Gone. Vanished into the darkness. He has let you go. The commander has made his own choice. The Vanguard fleet, its command structure shattered, falls into disarray. The battle turns into a rout. The rebellion has won. Apex Station is a ruin. A tombstone for a tyrant's dream. But you know this is not the end. You have lit a fire of rebellion that will burn across the stars. The station has fallen, but high command remains. The Elder ones are still out there, in the darkness, waiting, planning. A war has begun, and you are at the very center of the storm.